Hey Aries, welcome to Queen Airbender Tarot. Today we are going to do your third week of October general love reading. Now keep in mind it's general reading, which means it cannot possibly apply to every single person that's watching. But if you would like a personal reading, all of the information will be pinned in the comment section below. In case you are new to the channel, welcome, come on in. And in case you're returning, thank you for joining me again today. And I hope that you guys are doing well. So Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus individuals. When I was meditating over you guys' energy, the song that I heard was Keep Your Head Up by Shaka Khan. What stood out, and I kept hearing that over and over again, as I was hearing it, I knew for a fact that it came from a Tyler Perry movie, but I couldn't recall which one it was. But it was on a soundtrack of Medea's Family Reunion, this song. And you know, in those Medea movies, there's always stuff going on with family and a bunch of drama and chaos and things like that. And I feel like for some of y'all, there's a couple different messages. Stuff that you grew up with is a main root cause of certain relationship problems that you have, if this is surrounding you. Now, if you're dealing with someone, you're in a relationship or connection, romantic connection with someone, it could be that stuff that they grew up with is the reason why they can't have successful or healthy relationships. And then I'm also getting like you or your love interest or somebody that you're dealing with, it could be stuff going on with your family currently that's causing chaos in your relationship. You know what I mean? Like if say, for instance, something's going on with your father or your mother or their home and bills, and then you decide to go help pay bills, it can cause clash between you and your partner. Because, yeah, that's your partner and those are your parents, but it's like, okay, you need to communicate with me because how this is affecting our household. I'm just getting something with family is like a big issue in a connection. And if you are single, I'm going to say, again, this still could very well apply to you because you may look back at why a relationship ended and you kind of like piecing together the fact that, okay, certain things that I grew up with have been the root of why I choose the type of partners that I choose, or why I go through the same cycles with different relationships, but it just seems like the same cycle, different people, same things that I'm going through. And I feel like now is the time where you're realizing like, okay, I'm mirroring stuff that happened in my childhood. I'm mirroring stuff that I grew up seeing in relationships. And it's like you're breaking that, I almost want to say a curse. It's almost like something that you've seen growing up has been a big part of your relationships. And it was like a curse, like it kept recycling, like curses, the energy just keeps going and going and going until it is broken, until that curse is broken. And that's what it feels like here, right? So let's see what we get for you guys today. We're going to go through the, you guys see me changing from top to bottom. And then you got the Hangman. Attachments, like bouncing that, and then you have to release it. Those pentacles are being released. So something with your roots, because pentacles are associated with the roots. So yeah, something with your roots, what you've seen growing up. And also, again, I feel like you're getting down to the root cause of why certain relationships are how they are in your life, okay? So again, we're going to go through the deck until we get your major arcana, which happens to be the Emperor. We'll get the card that comes before, the card that comes after, and then we'll get clarifiers for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus individuals. And I didn't say this, but Miss Shaka Khan happens to be an Aries. So I do feel like with this being an Aries reading and the artist is an Aries, I feel like they're saying like this is something that you're discovering, something you're realizing. Even if it isn't your family that the issues stem from, like I said, it'll be your partner, and you could be coming to the terms where you're acknowledging this and you may have to call this out. Or it's like, okay, I see why this person is like this. They grew up seeing this, so they think that this is normal. They think this is healthy. And then that may be a stepping stone for healing. Like once you acknowledge it, now you know how to face it head on. Now you know how to deal with it, you know. So currently at the bottom of the deck, you got the Hermit, seeking knowledge, seeking wisdom, and seeking clarity. Virgo energy. Some of y'all could be dealing with a Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus individual. He's on this path. It's almost like he's halfway there, but there's something in the middle of the road. You have the snake in the middle of the road, which is like, again, it's making me think about cycles, because if you see how the snake is, it's almost like a infinity symbol, the way it's shaped. So I feel like it's like things just keep cycling over and over again in somebody's life, okay? So I'll do a couple more shuffles I'm being guided to. And like I said, we're going to get the Emperor and then the card that comes before and the card that comes after. I was being guided to shuffle a little bit more, so that's what I'm going to do. Six of Swords. I feel like I'm getting like, somebody has just been moving in autopilot, you know, like someone has just been going and going and going, but deep down they weren't happy in a relationship, or someone was just going with the flow because she's not doing much. She's just like going with the flow of the current. Some of y'all have just been going with the flow of a relationship, even though you knew that you were unhappy. Let's see. Again, we want the Emperor, the card that comes before. There we go. And it's going to happen soon because there's 78 cards in the deck and it didn't take that long to get to your card. So right in front of you, you have the Ace of Pentacles. Some of y'all definitely could be dealing with a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Earlier on, I kept hearing Taurus. So some of y'all definitely are dealing with a Taurus with the Ace of Pentacles. There's your energy with the Emperor. And then up under there, back to this, I told y'all. And look, there's Pentacles falling. Some of y'all is definitely involved in the Earth sign. Now, I kept hearing Taurus, but also we did have the Hermit, which is Virgo. So Taurus and Virgo are standing out very strong for you as far as Earth signs. You got the Hangman again. This is how I knew. And you guys see me do all that doggone shuffling, you back to the same thing. And then I say something stemming from somebody's childhood, somebody's upbringing. That's exactly what you got here. Yeah, somebody's seeing unhealthy stuff growing up, and so they bring that into their relationships. Also, Spirit is saying be careful about how you are living. Be careful about the decisions that you're making because your children are watching if there's children involved. And we know that always, right? But sometimes we're so wrapped up in how we are coping with things and how we are dealing with things that we don't even realize what we are projecting to our children. We don't even realize how we're programming our children with our behaviors and the things that they see in relationships. You have the Knight of Pentacles. Somebody's definitely dealing with an Earth sign. You got the Knight of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Let's see. Yeah, somebody sees it, but they're choosing to ignore certain things. You know what I mean? Because her arms are crossed over her heart. Somebody doesn't want to deal with heartbreak. Somebody has an issue with being alone, doesn't like to be single, so they just jump into relationships on and off a lot. If you see her arms are crossed, but if she puts her arms down, drops those swords, she can take the blindfolds off. That's why that's like willingly being in situations that aren't healthy. I feel like this is a powerful time of reflection. I just heard, as soon as I looked at this, I heard a lot of you all are gathering yourself. You see your self-worth. You are valuing yourself in a different way that you didn't before. And also, some of you all are learning valuable lessons because Pentacles is about value. You're learning valuable lessons from relationships. Yeah, somebody's definitely dealing with a Taurus or a Virgo. You have Taurus here with the Hierophant, and then you have Virgo and Gemini here with the Magician, both major arcana, so definite. Let's get a clarifier for your Ace of Pentacles. Wow, all these Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles, single woman, single man. So I'm going to say again, somebody has an issue with being single, and so they get into unhealthy relationships that has all type of negative attachments associated with it. Or this could have been how you were in the past, but now you're okay and you're confident and more comfortable. You're like, I'd rather be single than to be bound to negative stuff. Universal energies of light, love. Okay. You see how that one landed right there? So it wants to be seen. But the fact that it's face down is something unknown because the image is hidden. So I feel like, again, this is about discovery. Okay. Okay. Look. Yeah, this is about discovery. You guys are learning. The stuff that you've been through was valuable lessons. These were life lessons that you had to go through. You have the Ace of Pentacles being clarified by the Ace of Pentacles. Ace are always gifts from the universe, always new starts. So you're learning very valuable lessons. You're releasing toxic situations. Because for a lot of you, I definitely feel like it's you. You're acknowledging this. Even if, like I said, even if it's not you that had the unhealthy family situation, even if it's not you that is the unhealthy person in a relationship, you're still attracting that type of person for a reason. It's something valuable that you are meant to learn from these situations. But I feel like you are, okay? Yeah, you are, because you got the 5 of Cups. Sadness, sorrow, grief, depression, in reverse. And the number 5 in numerology is changing. So you're changing that whole situation. Like, all of that's changing. You're not staying stuck and stagnant because he's just looking down at what was lost, but he's just standing in place. You guys are not standing in place anymore. You're not dealing with that. You're doing some healing. You're doing some healing. Some of y'all do, like I said, have a family with this person. So that's possibly why you hung in there, because you got the Hangman. You hung in that situation because you have children with that person. But I don't feel like if it's going in a way that's unhealthy or toxic in some way, I don't feel like you're going to hang in there much longer, because you value yourself more now. You see yourself different. And I feel like you've learned, when you come to the fact of the acknowledgement that something is off or something is unhealthy, they're saying you've learned the lesson, and that's going to free you. Universal energies of light, love, and divine protection. Give me a clarifier for the Hangman. Universal energies of light, love, and divine protection. Give me a clarifier for the Hangman. Okay. You have the 4 of Cups. That's interesting because remember you just had the 5 of cups, the 4 to the 5. So you had 5 first, and then now you had a 4. So that's like backsliding. So again, some of y'all realize that you were backsliding into unhealthy relationships, partnerships, situations. And I feel like I said, you won't take it anymore. You won't keep doing that. Because he's not accepting that cup. All these cups look the same, right? That's what I was saying. Like, it's like you keep going through cycles, or it seems like you keep dating the same type of person. You're like wondering, like, why do I keep attracting the same type of person? All of these cups literally look the same. And he's focused on these. He's looking at these. And then here's another one. Like another person coming into your life just like that last person, or the same type of situations over and over again. Or you could be dealing with someone who is a habitual cheater. And this time you're not going for the apology. This time you're not feeling it. Because his arms is crossed like, no, I don't even want it. And that's what I feel like. I feel like a lot of you all, you're done. You are breaking unhealthy patterns in your life. This is like glow up. This is huge glow up energy. You guys are glowing up, growing up, you know. You're evolving, you're healing. And I feel like you are definitely, if you have children in the situation, whether it's with this person or previous this person, it don't matter. If there's children in the situation, you are thinking about the fact that I'm setting an interesting, I'm going to say interesting, but I'm setting an interesting example for these children, regardless of the age. Because the home, your youth, where you grow up, where you live, you know, that is your foundation. That is your core. And the things that you see in that situation is going to affect you greatly throughout your life. And so I feel like a lot of y'all are realizing that, and you're going to be making changes just for that reason alone. That's one of your main reasons for wanting some type of changes. But like I said, I don't feel like you're going to be accepting that type of behavior anymore. You're not going to take a play, or you're not going to play games with that. You're not even going to play any role in that anymore. That's what I'm getting. There's major healing for you all. And yeah, you guys are glowing up majorly, emotionally, spiritually. You're going through a glow up phase when it comes to your love life for sure. Again, if you are single, that it's the same thing. Like it's like you've mastered something is what I'm getting. You know what I mean? You've self-mastery. That's what I'm getting. Yeah. Okay. So Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and the visuals, as always, I'm going to ask that you continue to like, share, subscribe, click that all button, and hype me up. Until next time, take care and be well. Bye.